I think it's very pleasing to my heart that we are off to what I consider to be a very good start. What I normally do, as we did with the sensitization meetings, we normally take accounts. So when I'm asked about the turnout, I have an exact figure to relate to my superiors. I want to say that we, in the past 2 months, had about 7 sensitization meetings around the island. Newtown, Keon, Molyneux, Sadlers, St. Paul's, Sandy Point, East Bastia. And the purpose of those sensitization meetings were really to get people to understand that what we are doing, we want them to know about it. And what we are doing, we want them to also take it very seriously. The efforts that we are making jointly by the STEP, the National Skills Training Program, and the TVET Council is not efforts that we are exerting because we don't have much to do. We have a lot to do. As I sat there, I realized that I have to postpone a 1:30 meeting that I organized yesterday because we have to be here again this afternoon. So it's not that we here because we are down in our offices in town not doing much. So the point I'm trying to make is that the effort that we're putting into this, we want you to complement that effort by taking the training seriously. We are in the process basically of shifting the program from an employment program to a skills training program. And that is where the Prime Minister and his cabinet wants the monies that are invested in the STEP to go. Not just to provide employment for people here and there, but to provide people with a particular skill that they can use to generate some kind of income. We are fully aware, and the Prime Minister has been speaking about this over and over, that the substantial investment, financial investment made in the PEP and now the STEP program. And it is time that the government begin to realize what we call value for money. During the times of the sensitization meeting that we held around the island, I mentioned that when I hung out in the circus, I see a number of Jamaicans in particular, and no offense to the Jamaicans, but when I look at their faces and I compare my hair with what I see, I know that they are not old people. So it is not that they would have had extensive experience in the areas that they are employed in St. Kitts, but they would have had the opportunity to go through a technical and vocational education training program and probably have the certificates that they can present to the hoteliers in our country. And hence the government is placed under pressure repeatedly to give work permits to allow these persons to come to St. Kitts to work. We have you, and I am absolutely certain that you have the same capabilities as some of the folks who come to St. Kitts to seek jobs. We are in the process of exploiting that capability and letting you realize your potential so that we can prepare a cadre of local persons who are equipped to take up these jobs as they become available, particularly in the hospitality sector. Every minute, the PM is on the peninsula. Up to 2 weeks ago, I think he visited with Ambassador Osborne and I think the Attorney General. I think his Park Hyatt is coming just now. There's one behind of Conway, I don't even know its name. That is coming on stream. Koi, that is coming on stream just now. Several jobs will be created, particularly in the hospitality industry. And we want to equip our people to take up these jobs. We want our people to realize that the government is making a concerted effort via the change from PEP to STEP to equip you with the necessary skills to gain employment in the hospitality sector. And we want you as I said before, to take the training seriously. Before I got up, I thought of the fact that when I was at BNTF and we organized training, most of it would have been in the evening, and we know persons have challenges. So I don't want you to make the challenges that you have an excuse. If you are encountering any difficulties, I think Ms. Coffey will be in a position to help you. Other members of staff of the National Skills Training Program will be in a position to help you. So don't just drop out. The STEP office might be in a position to help you. So if you are experiencing any real challenges with this training, let us know. We don't want nobody to drop out of the training. We're not discouraging anybody from joining, and we don't want nobody to drop out. The certificate that you get in the end will put you in a much better position than you are in right now. So I am encouraging you to stick with the training. The challenge will come. We all know that. We don't know what tomorrow holds. But don't give up, as Ms. James indicated with a little pep talk a while ago. We want you to enter into this program with a determination that you're taking it to the end. We want you to enter this program with the determination that you can do it. And we want you to enter this program with the fact in mind that when you have a certificate and you go to the peninsula, you can stand side and side beside anybody who enters this country on a work permit. Our facilitators we have interviewed from the STEP end, and we are pleased that we are choosing about the best. When we started this organization, and I want to emphasize that we are not doing this thing haphazardly. The 9th of August 2016 was the date of the first meeting between the then PEP and the National Skills Training Program. And I am telling you, that was before the Prime Minister started talking about STEP. That is how far back we realized at the PEP office that we need to utilize the government's money in a way that we can prepare our people to take up the jobs that become available in our country. We're not dealing with this training in any haphazard manner. And we're not dealing with this training in any way that you cannot be certified at the end. And that is why the TVET Council is in on the whole organization with us. This is something that we have thought about, we have slept on, we have met and discussed over and over and over, and we have reached to the point where we have placed ourselves in a position where the National Skills Training Program knows exactly what it is responsible for, the STEP knows exactly what it is responsible for, and so does the TVET Council. So we have a tripartite agreement that was signed last week, Thursday, defining the roles and responsibilities of all parties that are involved in this training. So we're not going to be running up and down like headless chicken, not knowing who is responsible for it and where to go and how to respond to any particular situation. We have covered all of that. And I would like the general public to know that what transpired before is not going to happen again with this initiative. It's well thought out and is going to be delivered at a very high standard, and we are encouraging you to take it to the end. I want to speak about the social and soft skills and employability skills that Mrs. James mentioned. We are aware, and I don't think we need to hide it, that a number of persons on the STEP, have some issues when it comes to these skills, and those issues impact adversely their behavior. And it is not that they don't know better, but it's just that they have not been encouraged to do better. And I want to take this opportunity to ask you to be open, be frank, and don't hide when these sessions come. If you have an issue that you think your facilitator can address, you raise it. Because if you don't have the social and the soft skills and the employability skills that you need to stay in a job, we might train you, send you to the peninsula to work, and tomorrow you're disrespectful to your supervisor, a lot of which we are seeing on the STEP program. So we are making sure that that is an aspect of the training that we are delivering, because it is important. You may be the best carpenter, but you can't talk to your boss, you're going off the job. You may be the best plumber, you cannot talk to your supervisor properly, you're going off the job. Employers don't tolerate people who are disrespectful to their supervisors on the job. And we're seeing too much of that, way too much of that in this current program. And we want you to be mindful. We want you to be very mindful of it. We, as we say on the STEP program, expect your supervisors to respect you, and in turn, we expect you to respect your supervisors. So I am imploring you to be mindful of that when the training starts. If you're late, you say, Mr. D'Souza, I'm sorry, I was late. My mommy asked me to do something, pay a bill, I had to take my child here. Just go about it in a gentle manner, and not that what we're getting. Why you think I'm late? And that kind of thing. We don't want it. We don't want it at all, at all, at all. So please be tempered, be respectful, and we're asking the facilitators who are here, and I really would like to express my appreciation to them for turning up here this morning to be a part of this orientation ceremony. It demonstrates the level of interest that they have in you, and the level of interest that they have in the program. We will be making site visits from the STEP and the national scale. We might come together, we might come individually to see what is going on. And we want to get good reports from all of the facilitators when we make those visits. We want the reports to be encouraging, so that I can report to the Prime Minister that the training is going well, we don't have any issues, people are cooperating with the facilitators, and the facilitators are delivering. We have to track the training. We don't want at all what happened before to happen under this new initiative. So you'll be seeing us in the field, you'll be hearing from us. We have spent quite a number of months organizing this program, and we expect that you in return would organize yourselves, turn up to this training on time, cooperate with the National Skills Training Program and the STEP, report any challenges that you have to your facilitators, to the National Skills, to the Miss Aline at the STEP, so that you can run the entire course. And I look forward to the end of the training when myself, or preferably the Prime Minister, can stand here or wherever and issue to you a certificate that equips you. Those of you who may have interest in, after the training, going out on your own, that's a discussion that we can have. What we can do, we can bring officials from the Development Bank, and it's very important that I speak to this, officials from the Development Bank, to explain to you how you can get a soft loan. Because if after the training you prefer to venture out on your own, you will need to start up the seed capital. And we'll be more than happy to bring the Development Bank staff to explain to you how you can go about accessing that kind of startup seed capital. So I want to thank you again for coming The numbers are very encouraging. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best in the training.